What's up, folks? How's it going? It's your favorite brown boy, Nav Walia, and welcome to Quarter Life Chit Chat. And, okay, you know what? Let's just address the elephant in the room. Yes, it's been like 3 months since I've made an episode, and it's been roughly 3 months since I've acted like a degenerate in front of a camera. And my God, does it feel weird. It feels so weird to sit back in my living room on my desk and just, record a podcast. I'm sure everybody has the most important questions, but before I get into that, I just want to say, yes, you are right. You're 100% right. I did ghost you guys. I really did. It was nothing but radio silence for almost 3 months. It is officially summer, or I should say I'm in the end of summer, and throughout all the summer, I didn't make a single episode, and I somehow survived summer. And you know what? I am fucking proud. I am very proud that I'm still alive and survived the summer, because I think everybody here knows how much I hate the sun. And about 2 weeks ago, the temperature in Victoria was like about 32, maybe 33 degrees. And it was like at least high 20s, like very high 20s for like half a week. And my air conditioner was broken. Let me tell you, oh my God, I haven't, been to the motherland in like 10 plus years. Last time I was in India was in 2015. And I'm not joking when I say this. I felt like I'm back in the streets of India getting absolutely fucking cooked by the sun. Okay? Oh my God. First world problems or what? My God. I remember the AC being broken like 2 weeks ago and laying in my room. And I literally had fan blowing air on my body. And I just knew. I knew that within the next hour, I will be saying my goodbyes. That's how hot I was. And the whole time, they say that, when you're nearing the end of your life, you'll be hearing, things from your past or seeing, your whole life flash in front of you. No. The only thing that fucking flashed in front of my eyes were me sweating like a maniac back in school in India. And I shit you not, I legitimately felt like I'm back in the motherland. Okay, just sweating and getting cooked under the sun. But I survived. And I knew the main reason I survived and lived another day was to tell more tales and have more slice of life episodes on this goddamn podcast. And boy, oh boy, will I be lying if I said I missed it. I'm joking. I really did miss the episode. So much crazy shit has happened. I promise I wasn't just taking time off from the podcast because I was lazy, though that was a part of it. I did also not come back to the podcast because I was fucking lazy. So much dumb shit has happened. Oh my God. I was going through the podcast, on Spotify, and I was like, when the fuck was the last time I made an episode? And last time I recorded an episode was in May. And like I said, we're hitting the end of August, and the things I've been up to, let's see. I almost got stabbed in my mouth, true story, by my fucking dentist. I got wisdom teeth taken out, which I was so nervous about, and rightfully so, because that probably ended up being one of the most traumatic 2 fucking hour long surgery of my life. And yes, I was wide fucking awake and praying that I just make it out of the surgery alive. And again, I'm not exaggerating, but truly that was one of the most terrifying moments of my life in the most recent fucking years. And I will be telling you all about my wisdom teeth surgery on a future episode, because there's just so much to fucking unpack. So stay tuned for that. But besides that, my mom got a pretty major surgery done, and I was taking care of her. And boys, let me tell you something. We all grow up and we're all obviously our parents as superheroes. Our parents will never ever get hurt. And you see their parents super cool people. Well, in my case, I'm cooler than my parents. But the point is, you always see your parents as these fit people who are always okay, and they are the ones that are taking care of you. Until, I'm telling you, one day, one of your parents gets a surgery, and it's a rough surgery, and they're recovering, and it looks real rough. Boys, let me tell you, that's when life gets too real. Okay, that's when life gets too real, and you start thinking, holy shit, my parents are just weak as fuck. That, for me, was again in June, when my mom was recovering from her surgery, and I'm not joking, jokes aside, there was solid week where I was like, this is rough. We should take her to the hospital, or maybe consider saying our goodbyes rough. It was fucking rough. But my mom's all well now. She's out here. She's thugging it. She's, back on the block, spinning some rims on her ops. If you can. No, Bobby got no ops. But my mom is doing very well now. That's all cool and dandy. What else? I've been fucking crazy busy with the non-profit organization. I've been trying to work behind the scenes, see how I can make, my nonprofit initiative into a full-fledged organization. Obviously, again, nonprofit. And basically, so far in all my research, I have realized that I simply cannot do that because you need a lot of people to run an organization. And even though I am the size of multiple people, I am still just one human. Who would have fucking known? I thought being obese would allow me to be at least seen as multiple people, considering I'm the size of fucking 10 folks. But no. So that's a bummer. And what else? I've been reading a lot of fucking books. Okay, and I know exactly what you were thinking. Oh my god, now he's gonna hop on, he's gonna talk about like the books and shit. You're fucking right. I have been reading a lot of books. But the biggest caveat that I promise none of you people who've been following my podcast have listened to or were expecting. And that is me. Nav fucking Walia. Enjoying summer. Whoa. Who said that? But, genuinely, I've been enjoying the fuck out of this summer. Have I gone out in the summer? Yes, I have. I kind of leave my house almost every day for the past month to hang out with a friend. Besides that, have I been leaving my house for the summer? Absolutely fucking not. Have I done any summer activities? Absolutely fucking not. So you might be asking, well, Nav, why are you enjoying summer? Well, bucko, I will be discussing that on a future episode. I literally got back to the podcast and I was like, oh my god, how much shit I have to talk about? My wisdom teeth trauma, NPO shit, books that I've been reading, and me, not falling in love. That's stretching it. I just want to say, not me falling in love, but me appreciating and enjoying the summer. And I was like, heck yeah, I can milk these episodes. And like in the most, fat kid summer fashion, I've been eating fuck ton of ice cream. Because there's this ice cream shop near my house called Parachute, and they make in-house ice creams, and my god, the ice creams are so good. They're so good, and I know I started this summer by saying I want to lose my double D titties. However, I am still not on track of losing double D titties. My boobs, yeah, they're still the same size. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Age 26 is just not it. I am chalking off the rest of the year. I don't think this is my year. 2026... just might be. 2026 just might be the year where I actually achieve something. Oh, another thing that's happening in my life, I haven't worked pretty much at my main job in fucking 3 months. This is crazy. I have been so unemployed. If you open up dictionary and you look up the word employment, my face shows up. I have legitimately not worked at my main job for probably 3 months, and my bank account is feeling it. It's feeling it big time. But on the flip side, I have actually made a lot of money in the stock market. So I don't need a job because I'm a #investor. So I think in the near future, I'll probably be returning to work because the fuck am I doing? And now on to another thing, or I guess the last thing for this catch-up episode. What the fuck did I not, hop on the podcast sooner? That's the main question, right? Where, Nav, we get it. You were listening to some audiobooks, you were enjoying summer, you were linking up with a friend, you were fucking, taking care of your mom. Why the heck have you not been on the podcast? Well, honestly, I generally was just so fucking busy. I was just so busy in my personal life. I really didn't have time. And I was also beginning to... how do I say this? Beginning to lose little bit of my creative spark and my dedication and motivation. I was definitely hitting a bit of a burnout with the podcast. And I was like, you know what? It's time to recharge my batteries. It's time to recharge my batteries, process some crazy shit that happened earlier this year, which I don't need to fucking repeat it. But basically, long story short, I lost a lot of friends and I'm very much in pain. Not anymore. I'm doing very, very well. I was like, hey, time to process that, be there for my family, play a little bit of video games. and just get back in my groove. And that's mainly the reason why I haven't been on the pod. And, now I guess the main question is, well, Nav, will you be on the podcast next week? And honestly, I really think so. I really do. Because it's nice to take breaks. It's nice to take hot minute breaks, and it's nice to step away from things for a while, come back, and you feel excited. Like this episode, I don't have any outline for it. I don't have any, intro written up, nothing as I usually do. I'm just kind of waffling it, and this is nice. This is fun. So yeah, I will be back for next week as well, and I'll try to be as consistent as possible. However, I will be consistent until late October. And then I'm not going to be consistent for another month or so. Now, you might be wondering, damn, Nav, why is that? Bitch, you just came back, and you're fucking telling me you're only going to make episode for another month and a half, and then you're gone again? Yes. Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. Well, the reason behind that is I am going back to the motherland. You heard it here first. Whoa, I know, big news. I am going back to the fucking motherland. In October, I'll be officially taking a trip back to India. And I am oh so scared and oh so dreading it. Why am I scared? The people that have been to India understand how crowded it is, and I absolutely do not like the crowd. And I really just like the cold, and India around October, November is sitting at about high 10s, mid 20 temperature. That is horrendous to me, especially in late October and November. That's a joke. So I gotta deal with that. But another reason I'm dreading it is because I don't want to go back to the motherland because it's fall season, dude. I'm trying to enjoy fall and I'm trying to relax and shit. And I fucking hate traveling. I hate traveling so much, nobody understands it. It perplexes my mind that we live in a world where we can put a person in a metal box and push them out to space, but you can't find a way to get me from Canada to India in under an hour. That's what you're fucking telling me? Whatever. So the fact that I have to travel roughly 16 to 17 hour flights to go back to the motherland is crazy. Another reason I don't want to go back to the motherland is because I left. I moved up in the world. I broke out. I left. Why am I going back? Going back to India feels like going back to your toxic ex. No, I'm just joking. It's not like that. But it does feel kind of like going back to your toxic ex. Let's just be real. Because I loved my life in India. I really did. But I was a kid. And when I moved, I was 11. And when I went back, I was about 17, actually. 17, yes. I was 17 when I went back. And in that 17, I realized that I am very thankful of God that I was able to immigrate to Canada. Because Canada just suits me better. I realized the type of life I want, the type of life I'm comfortable with, the type of life I envision for myself. It is in the Great White North, not in the motherland. And that's one of the reasons I also don't want to go back, and why I feel like going back to a toxic ex, because I moved out. I left. So I don't want to go back. But my mom, as in typical any brown household, your parents, mostly your mom, will force you into doing things, and you don't really have an option. So my mom twisted my arm a little bit, and she's like, shut your fat ass up. We'll pay for the ticket, get on the plane with us because we want to go to the Golden Temple. And that is something I'm actually hyped as fuck about, to go to the Golden Temple, because I'm sick, I'm religious, and I actually do miss going to the Golden Temple. It's been genuinely way too long. Secondly, it is made of pure 24 karat gold, top to bottom. And if you know anything about India or Indians, we love gold. And if you know anything about my personality so far from this podcast, is that I am a spoiled, bougie-ass brat. So being surrounded in a massive temple, surrounded by gold, is the most nav shit of all time. So I am excited about that, and obviously I'm excited to see my family. Duh. I'm excited to bully my baby cousin. That's going to be a fucking great time. And on top of that, I'm just excited to eat a lot of the food that I miss from back home and that I can't get here and I can't eat here. And yes, I promise you, food, even Indian food, does taste different in India compared to Canada. It's just the way our vegetables taste is even different. I don't know how to explain it. I promise you I'm not making this shit up. But I will be going back to the motherland. So for them, I want to say a month. I'm away, no podcast, but I will try to make reels and stuff and like try to like put up like small recordings on my social media or on the podcast social media. So go hit that a follow. I believe the podcast social media or Instagram is quarterlife.chitchat, and for my personal is pranav.walia. So go hit those follows, and I'll, probably have mini Indian tours of me being back in the motherland like a good old brown kid. And that's it for now. My God, this episode is looking, as of right now, 25 minutes. What the fuck? I promise, I thought about hopping on, and I was like, I want to make a catch-up episode and make it about 15 or like 12-minute maximum. We're hitting about 25-minute recording, so that's fucking crazy to me. But again, we'll see how much of this gets edited. But as usual, it is nice to be back. It's nice to stay in my living room and talk by myself and make my tenants feel like, holy shit, what is wrong with this kid who's talking alone? He has mental issues. But it is very nice, and it's nice to now again do something creative that doesn't require me reading a book and, creating images in my mind. So this is nice. I'll catch y'all next week. Hasta la vista. Bye-bye.